Hari Om to all the divine Atma Jyotis. Let us continue our Aparoksha Anubhuti contemplation. So, Deepaji, you will be beginning from question number 12.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Difference between sleeping dream and waking dream. The dream that we get when we are in sleep, in deep sleep, we consider it to be unreal. And waking dream, in the sense whatever is going on in the waking world, we consider that to be real. But both are unreal. Difference. Yeah, that is the difference that I can see, sir. Sleeping dream, we consider that to be unreal, and waking dream, we think that it is real.
Who considers the sleeping dream to be unreal?
It is this jiva.
Okay. And who, now that you are saying even this is, or rather the statement is being made here in a way, the word waking dream, is it even correct? Is it a dream right now? Whatever that is happening, is it a dream?
Yeah, it is.
And how do you say that?
How do I say? Everything happens in Narayana's dream. They say that, isn't it?
Yeah, but that is what, I don't know who you're referring to as they say, but somebody has said.
No. Yes, sir.
Okay. But right now, Deepaji is saying to me. So Deepaji is saying it's all happening in Narayana's dream. So where is this fellow Narayan? I don't see him. Because if this is a dream, how do you say it is a dream?
Mm.
Because Vedanta is not really asking us to believe in anything. Vedanta is asking us to examine the experience of life that we are going through here and now.
Yes, sir.
So in the here and now, you should be able to distinguish whatever the truth that Vedanta is pointing at. So last night, did you have dream?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So sleep, dreamless sleep. Okay. All right. So, but one of these days, I'm sure you would have experienced that.
Yes, sir.
Now, who is saying that's a dream?
Only after I wake up, I say that it's a dream.
Okay. Excellent. So there is a waker, and the waker is saying it's a dream.
Yeah. So when I come to know the truth that I am Brahman, maybe that then I can say that whatever is going on is a dream.
Okay, so there are a lot of ifs and buts, right? There is a maybe. So that's a doubtful statement. Maybe, yeah. Maybe when I realize, maybe I will not realize. Anyway, let's keep that aside. What did you use to say it was a dream, whatever you called as a dream? How did you come to the conclusion that it's a dream?
because all those things that I watched in the dream was everything that was going on in my mind. And all those things can't happen. I mean, when it's going on in the mind, like you have that example, the huge elephant in the dream. That huge elephant can't get into my mind. So I consider that to be the dream to be unreal.
So the definition of unreal are the criteria that you are using to decide something is unreal. What is that criteria? On what basis are you saying something is unreal?
Such a huge elephant can't enter my mind.
Okay, forget elephant. Maybe a pin. Pin also appears in your dream, no? Pin is very small. At least a pin can enter. But you have seen pin also in your dream. You may have. So some size of an object, is that the definition? Is that the criteria to decide something is real or unreal?
No, when I wake up, that thing isn't there in front of me.
Okay, so now pay attention to what you just now said. What is the criteria you're using to decide something is unreal?
The thing that appears in front of me when I wake up is supposed to be real.
Meaning what?
And which I can touch, which I can feel.
Is that the definition for reality? So if you
reality.
If you can touch, is it real? If you can smell, is it real?
Reality means truth.
Yes, go on, Megha.
The reality means truth, and what is truth in the world is our soul. So our soul is the reality.
Yeah, but how do you, on what basis are you saying that the dream was unreal? What is that you're using to decide?
As the dream is, in the dream, we are our gross body. And that gross body is not real. Gross, subtle body. That subtle body will be in a dream, and we will not be like, it will feel like real, but it is not real. As some like when we wake up, the dream will break. It is not permanent at all.
Okay. Shall we slow down? So let's take the very first sentence. In our dream, we were subtle body. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
In our dream, how many of you were sleeping?
Everyone was sleeping, not now, but everyone was sleeping.
But when you went to sleep, you can talk about only your dream, no?
But everyone has the same type of dream, but with different actions and bodies.
How do you even know? I will say I have never dreamt.
Actually, a person dreams at least 4 or 3 dreams per night. So, though you don't realize it in the morning, actually that is the truth.
But how do you know that? How do you say that?
That is per science.
That is per science. And Who told that in the science? Which book told?
The book of biology.
Book of
Facts.
biology. So
Facts.
somebody must have written that biology science book, no?
Hmm.
So that person is saying like that. Okay, for that person, it may be the case. But I will come and, for the sake of discussion, say, I've never dreamt.
You might have not felt the dream, but you might
Sir,
always dream.
sir, she's diverting, sir.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Deepaji, let the conversation happen. It's okay. So how do you say that that whatever that person is saying, Megha,
Huh.
is in your experience? So whatever that relates to your experience, you can see and you can examine. Correct?
But we are all are souls and we are all the same, nearly the same. So why won't we have the same type of personalities?
Do you see that all of us are the same type of personality? Are you the same as your amma? Is your amma same as your appa?
We all are atmas, but the difference is we are reacting in various types. So we'll have various types of dreams, but there is no person who never dreams.
How do you conclude that? See, at the end of the day, the book may say whatever it says, right? See, for
Yeah.
example, book may come and say, there is in a distant place called Kachapitu, there is a rabbit which has 5 horns and 3 wings and it flies. Book says that.
Actually, there are such animals, but I don't know about the specific place.
So you see, like that, it becomes a matter of speculation, correct?
Yeah.
So Vedanta is not about speculation. It's not about, okay, it is somewhere there. You just believe whatever I'm saying. It is not like that. Okay. So it is something that you, using your very day-to-day experience, be able to determine answers to questions that Vedanta is raising. All right.
Hmm.
So therefore, first and foremost, what your book says, the book says,
Actually, it applies for me, and it may apply for everyone.
that is a very good statement. See, the first thing is, it applies to me because it is in your experience you have dreamt. Now you can say, maybe the others are also dreaming, maybe, right? So for example, let's say you are crying. Somebody did not give you chocolate and you are crying. And let's say you see somebody else also crying. That person may be crying because, let's say, dust went into his or her eyes and eyes are tearing up. But you may wrongly conclude that he or she is also crying because they also did not get chocolate. It can happen, no?
Yeah, but I like it will mostly apply for everyone, and even it applies to my mother. She also gets dreams.
Slow down there. Yeah, but mostly applies. Who's saying that?
Me.
Right? It's you who's concluding all these things. It is you who's inferring all these. Correct?
But even it goes with my mother and my grandmother and everyone. Everyone dreams. That's the basics, actually.
That is what you are saying. Can you recognize that, first of all? That is what you are saying based on whatever the interaction you're having with your mother, grandmother. They may be lying, they may be telling the truth. Is there a way for you to know whether they have told the truth or not?
No.
So you've taken whatever they have said, and based on that, you're inferring, correct?
Yeah.
So therefore, from the
Grandparents never tell the lie.
sorry,
Sir,
yeah.
sir, she's just going on blabbering, sir. She diverts the topic, sir.
No, Deepaji, she's not diverting the topic.
She actually has got her exams. I told her to study, sir. Now she has come here to waste the time. She's wasting our time as well.
Okay. What would have been
The
a
reading is done.
uh,
Sorry, sir.
no, that's okay. What would have been a better use of our time?
Deepaji, in some way, I think the question is to us as well. Are we just believing in what the scripture is saying, or like we are able to realize it if you are asked to tell someone else, explain someone else?
Yeah.
Questions that Megha is bringing up,
Yeah.
those are the fundamental assumptions that block us from seeing the reality. So the question is very simple, Deepaji. Right now, the question is very simple. The question is, what is the criteria, or what are the, let's say, the rules by applying which you are deciding something is unreal? You said, or even Megha said, dream. I know it was a dream. On what basis are you saying it was a dream?
It is unreal because the reality is something that never changes. And we can see various changes happening.
So when you woke up, you realized that something was coming and going.
Yeah.
And now that you've woken up, you say, oh, that was simply coming and going. So that cannot be real.
Yeah.
Is that a correct and fair statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is Megha also here, or has she gone?
She's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Megha, do you also agree with that statement?
Which statement?
Did you just now hear what Amma said? The criteria, the rule by which you say something is unreal is when something is continuously changing, it cannot be real. That is the criteria or the rule that she is applying to decide something is unreal or real. Do you agree with that rule? Do you also say that that is a good rule that I can apply?
No.
No? Okay, so what is your definition then for identifying real and unreal?
We just think and sit and think and think and think, and if it is real or not real.
Yeah, when you're thinking, what you must be thinking using something, no? How do you simply think? Can you think about nothing?
No, but
Yeah.
we can think about that dream and see if it's real or not real, or it may also happen real. If it, it may also happen real, or it may not happen real. So all the dreams are not a lie.
Okay, so can you see my video? Am I appearing in the video?
Yeah,
Okay, so tell me which of the two finger is tall?
the middle one,
How do you say that?
because I can see it and I'm not dreaming now.
No, that's okay. I'm not asking that question. How, on what basis are you saying that this finger is taller than this finger? What is that you are?
Yes. Because most of the middle fingers are taller than the others.
Forget about the
No.
most. Forget about the most. Right now, on what basis are you saying this is taller than this?
The length.
The length. So you applied, you saw through your eyes the length of these two, and you can clearly see this is shorter, this is longer, because the length is the criteria that you used, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see the length, correct?
Yeah.
That my question, Megha, what is the criteria you are applying to say something is unreal?
It doesn't change. You can see changes happening. So that is
No, let her think. Let her think. You must be using something, no? Some criteria, no? Like length is the criteria you used. So like that, what is the criteria you use to say something is unreal?
We just judge the dream with our daily lives, and since the dream will not be permanent, or like it will not be permanent, like if we are dreaming that there's a rabbit, we have a pet rabbit, but when we wake up we will not have it near, and that's not the reality. We judge it like that.
Correct, right? So something that is constantly changing is what you're calling as unreal. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now apply that criteria to what you are calling as the current, the waking world. So tell me, in the waking world, show me something that is not changing.
Our soul, but we cannot see it, so there's nothing which does not change, but like it will remain for a long time at least.
No. So don't add all other statements. Simply answer the question, what is changing in the current waking world?
Everything's changing.
And that is the criteria you applied to say, when I woke up, that was a dream. Are you able to see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So using that criteria, you said that was a dream. But right now, everything you only are saying, I'm not saying, you saying everything is changing. Then why are you not calling this a dream?
As these stuff remain for a little longer while, like the human growth, when it's a baby, it will take a little more time to develop. And thus, everything has changes, and everything destroys, everything grows. Not everything, but sometimes something grows, but it remains for a long, long time.
So just because it remains for a little longer time, the criteria you are saying, again, I want you to be sharp in identifying your criteria. You said if something is changing, it is unreal. It may be there for a longer time, but it is still changing, no?
Yeah.
So, which means that it is still a dream, no? Because it is your criteria. I am not setting the criteria. You said.
What is a dream and what is truth? Actually, we pinch ourselves most of the time.
What is that?
We pinch
Pinch
ourselves to know what
ourselves.
is true and not.
You don't have to pinch. So using your own criteria, if something is changing is unreal, then what must be real?
Nothing.
So you have given a definition for unreal. something that is constantly changing is unreal. Correct? That's the definition you gave. Is that right?
Yeah.
Then I am asking now the reverse question. Then what is real?
The soul is real.
Don't give an answer like that. Give the definition. Like the definition you gave for unreal. What is unreal? How do I decide unreal? Something that is changing can be considered as unreal. Like that, what is the criteria? What is the definition for real?
The thing which do not change and are permanent are real.
Very good. So now see, this is what a Vedantin does. Now you see, in your own experience, what is that is not changing and what is that is changing.
The thing which is not changing is the soul, and the thing which is changing is our body.
So various things that are coming into you through your senses, they're constantly changing, correct?
Yeah.
Including what you call as my body, correct? So all of this must be unreal.
Yeah, it should be unreal.
Unreal does not mean that, I have to ignore it. That is not what is meant by unreal. Okay.
Yeah, we should not ignore it, but we just have to think upon it and stuff.
It is like, why is this being taught by Sadhguru? Why is this being taught? Because by being attached to the dream object, one cries, I did not get a chocolate. Right? That's why a child cries, no?
Yeah, because the child likes the chocolate so much and he is attracted to the chocolate, so he cries.
So this is crying a nice thing in life? Is that what?
Actually, no.
No, right?
It's just a silly reason for someone to cry.
That's okay. It may be silly reason, but when crying, see, was there a situation where you are crying and you felt really nice and you say, I want to cry more, I want to cry more, I want to do that more?
No.
No, right? So at least you, I don't know about the others, I don't know about your mother, whether she likes to be happy or not, but at least you, do you like to be happy in life?
Yeah.
So now, why were you crying?
I am crying.
No. In that example that you took, why were you crying?
As I didn't get part of the attraction which I had, it gives me pleasure to have the chocolate, so I was crying when I don't have that pleasure.
So now you use this realization about what is unreal and what is real and see what is that you want in life. You want to be sad? Then continue to be attached or hate unreal. If you feel you like to be happy, peaceful, then see what is that you need to be focused on.
Sir. I don't understand you.
Okay. What?
My mother will like.
Sir,
Yes, Deepaji.
sorry, sir. From here on, I'll see that she won't enter the room where I am sitting.
No. Why? Why are you
No, actually,
what are you
every
sorry
time.
about?
No, every time she comes and disturbs, and the topic doesn't. I mean, she wastes the time and she goes.
I'm not sure. I see it that way. It's a waste of time for who?
She actually doesn't agree, uh, though she feels what you are saying is right. She gives her own reasons, sir.
Why should she agree to what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually, sir, if I may. So, Deepaji, many times, like today also, you made one statement, no? Like, I don't believe that Ganga can purify, right? Majority, majority of the people in India who knows about Ganga believe in that statement, whether they have actually applied it and seen it or not, they believe it, okay? But you didn't believe it. Okay, because you have a choice to believe it or not, isn't it? Like that, just because it is said in a scripture, say it is Tattva Bodha or Aparoksha Anubhuti or anywhere else, it is said that you are a soul. It doesn't mean that we have to believe it, isn't it? Because see, even for us, even for adults like us, it is very difficult to believe that in a waking also there is a dream. What you are seeing in the waking state is a dream. It is not easy to believe, isn't it? For example, in a dream, when your hand is cut, you are able to wake up and see that no, my hand is still there. Correct? It is easy for you to accept that it was see, my hand is there, so it is a dream, right? However, in the waking state, if your hand is cut, okay, in the waking state, you are operating in your gross body. So the hand is cut only. Really, it is cut. Okay. So actually, what is not being cut is the soul, isn't it? What you truly are is not being cut. So to make sense of that is not easy, or to even accept that is not easy, because you are seeing it with all your perception, whatever organs of perception you have. You are seeing that the gross body or the hand has been cut. So it is difficult for you to accept. Like that, for her, it is even difficult to accept that dream is not real.
Padmaji, I want to add a comment to your example.
I am also dreaming, my mother is also dreaming, sir is also dreaming, all this. So it is not wrong. See, when sir was questioning her, I also kind of teach chanting and all to children. So I was also thinking about in what other way can I explain is wasting our time. See, every day Megha is not coming, and every house has our age is now. And we have come into this now. Maybe she has that inclination from now itself, to question these things. So I don't think it is wrong or it is waste of time. It is just that, maybe because she is a child, while sir is explaining, if it is going too long, she might run away from the scene. That is a different thing. But that doesn't mean that she is wasting our time, or, her questions are not valid.
Deepaji, it will become like, are we bullying someone because they are small, they are less age? Right? Actually, like, I think she
You write
has
it,
to have,
Sarvanaji. Like we have an understanding, no, that they are kids, so they might not be able to understand this. This is such a adult concept and all that.
Yeah. But I completely agree. The very fact that she is able to, she is getting attracted to this discussion itself is a big thing, actually.
Yeah.
In the sense, I shouldn't say big thing and all. Maybe like she is a evolved one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a naturally coming to her,
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
I feel. Yeah.
Not easy for a child to get related to relate to what these old people are discussing.
Yeah.
Deepaji, Padmaji, I want to add a comment to your
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
You said in this waking state, when it is cut,
Ah.
you said uh, it
It
is
feels
really
real. It feels real.
okay. Okay. But then like let's say someone got a hand cut, okay,
Mm, mm.
but that person, it's still when he enters the dream, he's not seeing the cut hand.
Yeah, yeah. No, no.
So
What I'm saying is,
yeah,
why
so
it is difficult to make sense of it is why I was giving that example.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we can actually see no. So as Megha was explaining, I was also trying to formulate my thoughts on how I will answer to Vijayji's question. So
Yeah, yeah, because I feel no, especially I don't know how about others, but I feel like I say so many things here, and when I go to that Jnana Jyoti, I'm all tight-lipped and zipped mouth because I can't like find the exact sentences to say within a stipulated time, how to put your thoughts across crisply and beat around the bush. So here we have so much freedom to express ourselves in whatever way we want. And then I can say now, then again, 5 minutes later, I can just unmute and excuse me. Okay, one thought has come now, I'll say. So, this kind of, so I was also gathering my thought. How else can we help her to understand, or in what way to easily put it? Because she is a perfect example of any audience for Jnana Jyoti, isn't it? Somebody who doesn't know anything about Vedanta. You cannot, at least she's talking about soul all the time. I have noticed that. She has that one statement very clear that soul is permanent, soul is permanent. Even that word is might be foreign to many people. So
he,
to connect to such an audience, in what else, in what other way can we describe it? How to explain it? I think it's a really good way to analyze and come up with sentences or answers to that.
It is not a matter of explanation. It is prompting the right question so that the right inquiry can happen. No amount of explanation can ever give the clarity, because explanation is always going to be perceived in the light of the current knowledge or the current lens I am wearing. When Sadhguru comes and says, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, depends upon my own inner evolution, I take the statement in one way. Or when Sadhguru comes, in life, everything is predestined. Depending upon my own vasanas, I apply that knowledge. So knowledge or the realization statements or descriptions are helpful. However, it is your personal inquiry into your own, what can be called as the belief system. See, underlying any statement, okay, let's understand this a little clearly. There are only three things. If I may, can I take a little time, Deepaji, and show one little story?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just one moment, please. Let me just bring up that.
Yeah, in the meantime, just want to comment on that dreamer waker. Only the dreamer in the dream thinks that like everything is real, whatever is seeing, and only when that person comes out of the dream, he says that it is. You are saying that it's not real. It's very similarly when we are in this state right now, everything is we obviously everyone will say that it's real, but then like there is a state where you will wake up from this state, or what is called waking dream, where like whatever is happening looks like is clearly seen, like can be seen as unreal, very similar to a dream.
Like
Sleeping dream.
in most of the videos of Prabhuji's, I've seen him laughing, Saravananji, where I was thinking, since he's enlightened, he sees everything going on here to be, I mean, he can see everything clearly to be unreal, and he laughs at it. That is what I,
Our
uh,
dream.
yeah. So he laughs at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are only like two different perspectives. One like who knows, and then like who's playing. The other one who doesn't know and is seriously playing. And that's why the one who knows is like happily playing, and the other one who doesn't know is like very seriously playing and suffering. Yeah, Vijayji, please go ahead.
So this story all of us would know. This is the most famous story, right? In Kannada also there is a song. Heliddu sullagabahudu, nodiddu sullagabahudu.
Yeah.
So this family has this mongoose, and the mother has gone to fetch water. And when she comes, she sees mongoose with blood, and she throws the pot at the mongoose, and the mongoose dies. She rushes inside, so find the snake being killed,
Yeah.
and the baby being happy, right? This story all of us know. So now, this is the story that all of us also are bound by, in a way. What is that? So what is that is really binding us to anything in life? So now, for example, in this story, the first thing is she drew a conclusion that the mongoose has killed. On what basis she drew that conclusion? She saw the blood and she the mongoose at the front. So the conclusion was mongoose must have killed or hurt the baby, right? So she observed some fact. What fact? Blood. And she came to the conclusion that it must have hurt or killed the baby. So the assumption, there is an underlying assumption in her fact. The assumption is the baby must have been hurt. At that time, she did not examine her assumption, but she jumped into the conclusion based on the fact she was observing. It's exactly the story that all of us are bound by. Meaning what? There are fundamental assumptions that you have made based on the certain facts that you have observed, and you are concluding certain things in life based on those assumptions in your mind. So the fundamental bondage is the assumption in your mind. So for example, the fundamental assumption that the world is real is what makes you believe that that is a dream, whereas this is not a dream. Therefore, Vedanta is asking the question, please tell me, Vedanta is not giving you a statement, Vedanta is asking you a question. Sadhguru is not giving a statement. Sadhguru may be making a statement, but he's also prompting you a question. And what is the question? Please tell me, what is the criteria? What is the fact you are observing through which you are concluding that something is a dream? And when that question was prompted, you, as well as Megha, both had a similar answer. Correct?
Yeah.
What was the answer?
What, sir?
What was the answer for the question? On what basis are you concluding that the dream was unreal?
Because when I wake up from the dream, I can see that is not there. Whatever I have seen, it is not there in front of me. It was all unreal.
Yeah, correct. So is not in front of my eyes alone the fact, or is alone the criteria you're applying to say something is unreal? Right now, for example, the money in your bank is not in front of you. So then we do say it's unreal?
No, sir.
So what is the criteria you're applying to say something is a dream?
Something is a dream because whatever has happened, when I compare it with the waking world, I find it I find it to be different from this world. So I conclude that the dream is unreal.
That is a first level observation. Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. But now look little deeply. In your dream, let's say, for example, there must have been a situation where you must have smelled something, or you must have felt the touch. So when you were dreaming, did it feel real that those experiences that you're going through in the dream, did it feel real?
Yeah.
In the dream, it felt very real, right?
Yes.
So what is that you are using to say, oh, it was a very real experience? On what basis are you saying? Right now, are you hearing me? Is it real?
Yeah.
How are you hearing me?
I can hear the sounds.
Sounds. Right now, are you seeing the picture on the screen?
Yes.
How are you seeing?
It is through all the sense organs itself.
So now, if you really look closely, is there anything else other than the 5 sense organs through which you experience the world?
Other than the senses.
To experience the so-called world, is there anything other than the 5 senses that you use?
Other than the 5 senses to experience, is it? No.
It's only through the 5 senses that you are seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and tasting, correct? These are only five sensations.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So when these 5 sensations come into you, then depending upon if you have some knowledge about it or not, you also have some story in your mind. And then you say, oh, this is real, this is unreal. Right now, the sound that is coming at you right now through the mobile phone, you are saying it is real. And what is that you are using to say that it is real? Because you are able to hear through your ears.
Yes.
Correct? That is the criteria you're applying. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now for a moment, in your dream also you've heard sound.
Yes.
But you may not have heard it through this ear. But you've heard it definitely.
Yes.
But you've heard it definitely.
Yeah.
So now, therefore, now I'm prompting the next question, which is hearing through this ear the criteria for you to say something is a dream or something is unreal? You are hearing, whether in your dream also you're hearing, now also you're hearing.
Yes, sir.
So like this ear, in the dream also there must be some ear, correct?
Yeah.
through which you have heard.
Hmm.
So the fundamental fact is you are hearing. And therefore you are saying it is real. But now
Yes,
the
sir.
question is, even in your dream you have heard.
Yeah.
Even in your dream you have seen
Yes.
or smelled
Hmm.
or touched
Yeah.
or tasted.
Yes.
These 5 sensations have come in your dream also.
Yeah.
So how do you say that one is a dream and this one is not a dream?
It is because we see everything to be changing.
Where? In the dream.
Both in the dream and even here, waking world.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that even in the waking world you are able to see things change?
Yeah.
Then what is the real criteria you're applying to say something is a dream and something is not a dream? Or something is real and something is not real?
The reality is only the soul, which never changes. Whereas in the dream, we can see various things to be changing, so we can call them as unreal.
So when something is continuously changing, you can call it as unreal because it is not permanent, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now please see, can you really make a distinction between the so-called dream when you are sleeping and so-called now when you say you're waking? In the experience of these two, is there any difference in the experience of these two?
No, no. No, sir.
In both, things are constantly changing, is it not?
Yeah.
Whether what you call as your dream or whether what you call as your waking, in both, there is a constant change that you are experiencing.
Yes.
Now, please listen to this important question. Is the experiencer changing?
Yeah. Experiencer in the sense, as a body,
The one who is
the
experiencing
experiencer.
the one who is experiencing the change is the one who is experiencing the changing.
Yeah, as a body, mind, and intellect, the experiencer changes.
Is it the body that is experiencing?
No,
Is it the body that is experiencing?
no, no. So it is the soul that never changes.
Forget the word soul. For you, I'm asking a direct question to you, Deepaji. In your dream, you have experienced so many things come and go. Correct?
I am just the witness and I never change.
So
I am the way I was.
So the one who is experiencing the dream, have you changed?
No.
But because in the waking world, you are experiencing the world through your body, you are mistaking your body to be you. The
Yes,
fact that the world is experienced through the body is making you wrongly conclude that I am the body. But then in the dream, also you are experiencing the same, but without necessarily this body. Then you are saying, oh, there must be some other body. But
The dreamer in the dream will also say that it's true.
But in both the cases, the one who is experiencing the change, whether through this body or through some other body, the one who is experiencing the changes is not changing.
Yes, sir.
That is you.
Can I just say another point of view also, which relates to the normal experience, which is the dreamer in the dream was also sweating when the lion was chasing. And if someone in the dream had told, you are in a dream, don't worry, nothing will happen, is not going to, that character, dreamer character, is not going to listen to the individual, say, hey, the lion is real, it's chasing me. Okay. And only after coming out of the dream, the one who dreamt is able to say, oh yeah, it was a dream because nothing happened to me. Same way, this daydreamer, me, okay, if a lion rises, I'm going to sweat and run away because it looks very real to me. And even if it deviates, like when I am out of this daydream, or when I'm out of this the dream state due to ignorance into the awareness, I can see that okay, it was the body that was going through, and the one who was actually experiencing all this was like didn't change.
And it is not a future state. Right
It
now,
is not.
right now, you are able to see the change. And you who's seeing the change is not changing. So it is not that, there is one day I will have to wake up. If you see, you have woken up. You have to recognize.
That is the key. Yeah. Just that, like, it is not a direct waking up from a sleep kind of thing, rather like
Yeah, so we are imagining,
of the
okay,
ignorance.
it is morning now. I woke up. Okay, now that was dream. So I'm expecting something like that. Because there's a body-based
lead to something like waking up.
that is the basis of that is the assumption for enlightenment.
Yeah.
Enlightenment is something spectacular one day will happen. And that day I will wake up. Till then,
Yes. Correct. Because that's what one can easily compare to the experienced states of dream to waking.
So you see, these assumptions is what operates in our mind as our conditioning. It is the assumption through which we are seeing the observations and concluding. So that's why, if you see here, what is really going to help? So Padmaji, now with this discussion, what do you think will really help? If you really want to help someone.
To ask a question.
I'm asking you, what do you think will really help someone to wake up?
The right kind of inquiry only will, keeping on inquiring till you till you get there. Yeah, but I was thinking on the point that you made, like, can you really help someone else to do it? Because I mean, isn't that what Guruji is trying to do to us? And it is not like everyone is getting enlightened in one day, right? All of us. So it is a he has given us the path. He has given us the right resources from where you can get information about the self, and how to contemplate on this. What are Shravana, Manana, Nidhityasa, all this he has shown us. But then to walk in that path is only upon me, isn't it? Like, he can maybe walk with you for a certain distance, but then beyond that, you have to travel that path by yourself. You cannot stand on that path and say the destination will come to you, or he will only bring it to you. That is not possible. So I was thinking on that aspect also when you asked that, when you said, can you really like
Actually,
tell them what to do?
Padmaji,
And be
if
able
we giving this, I will tell you all, you have to sit and you have to do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, which basically like again points to like one day will come. Then like, and then the person will say, oh, I don't know how many lives it will take.
No, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying I was really when I was saying that I was thinking how else can we help to explain this, and sir said, can you really explain? You can only bring about a right kind of questioning, not explain, because that answer they have to find for themselves. That was the point I was thinking about. So that is why I said that, can you really explain it to someone? Like how sir said, you will try to understand it only from your perception, isn't it? I may understand a particular concept differently compared to you or to anyone else in this class. So that is again through my lens only I can understand whatever is to be understood.
So
Like, is it right on what lines I'm thinking? Is it?
Padmaji, then in some ways you are questioning Vijayji only.
No,
Like you
no.
are explaining, can you really explain me and like wake me up? Or
No. No, I mean, I'm saying that because I had I said that first point of how else can I help, because I believed that okay, I can explain it in some way. Probably that's what I have been trying to do in that Jnana Jyoti talks also. Like, maybe I took it as my responsibility to explain a concept. No, I think that was the wrong approach, is what I don't know. Today, a lot of answers for me for that is coming. Yeah. So it's not my responsibility to explain it to you, but to present that information in such a way that there is some takeaway for you. That's all I can make sure. But I cannot say that whatever concept I am explaining to you, you will understand it completely. Right? I don't know if I'm.
that is correct. That is always correct. No amount of explanation, therefore, can enlighten you. Explanation cannot enlighten you. So, see, what is the very first shloka after which Bhagavan starts speaking is when Arjuna says, I am confused. Right? So now, when you look at that particular shloka, what is the state of the mind? Is a total surrender and acceptance of whatever that is coming.
Yeah, so you will receive it better.
Which means that I will not use my own judgment. For the time being, I'll keep it aside.
Hmm.
I will receive.
Hmm.
So like that, when you receive anything completely, whatever it may be, it may be a tree, it may be wind, it may be light. When you are willing to receive completely like that, then that is the opening. So now you have received. However, there is a tendency in the mind, the deep-rooted vasanas, they may act up again. So those again now prompt this questioning process. So in that sense, you're absolutely right. It is the, they say, right, in scriptures, even the touch of the Sadguru can liberate you. When a word from Sadguru can liberate you, it is actually your preparedness for that touch.
Correct. Got it.
How prepared are you for that touch? Because the touch is always there. What is truth cannot be only once in particular space and time. That touch, that grace is always there, ever functioning. Are you open? So that is the preparedness of Arjuna. However, for that to become stable, so there are two specific things we are talking about. One is waking up. That waking up is instantaneous, is here and now. But after you wake up, to become fully alert, oh, I had a good dream, all that, stretching and all that, there is a little bit of a time, no? That is the inner stability to be developed. To develop inner stability, you then, okay, I had some waking up experience. I woke up. One day I woke up. Next day I also woke up. Yesterday I was crying. When I woke up, I was crying. Why was I crying? Okay, now today, same thing that made me cry yesterday. Oh, that was a dream. Oh, it's repeating. Why am I waking up crying? Okay, no need to cry. That happens when you wake up the second day.
Correct.
In a way, right? But you woke once when you woken up, if you've thoroughly examined, you woken up. That's all. There is no more waking up again and again. Still, depending upon the assumptions that are deep rooted, various kinds of vasanas emerge. So vasana kshayave moksha. Because it is your vasanas that are binding you. It is your assumptions that are binding you. That the world is real. That's a fundamental assumption.
Correct.
That even when I'm sleeping, the world goes on. So world is real. My body is real. The experiences that I'm going through are real. So assumptions is what binds you. So vasana kshaya means what? Only you can examine those assumptions. Of course, the Sadguru can help you. See why Sadguru uses stories? Because story is a great mirror. So this lady killed. Wonderful story. But look, that story is the story of all stories, actually. All your stories in life, whatever you make as a statement in your life, is a story in your mind.
Correct.
Because you have a certain assumption. For example, you just now said, in the Jnana Jyoti, you were trying to say in certain way, because there is a certain assumption about what is your role in that Jnana-Jyoti?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So like that, whatever we do in life, there is this assumption which drives the observations to derive certain facts and us to conclude. So being free from this is moksha. Free from this means what? Then will I not ever go to this Jnana-Jyoti and then have the same expectation that, I should try my best to give the best presentation? No, that is absolutely okay. But do I have a worry that, whether somebody understood or not? That is also okay. But do I sit and cry? No. So you have become free from the results of whatever that happens. You have to continue to do. There's no escape from doing in life.
Yeah. No, what I thought was, I connected it to how I see you as a teacher. I always understand very well when it comes from you. So maybe somewhere, I'm trying to mimic that, or maybe I thought that, okay, I should also present in such a way that somebody should understand. That was the underlying thing. Okay, I may understand what you're teaching. It may not be true for the others in the group. That point I did not like even think about. I was like, okay, this applies to me, so it has to be applicable to everybody, and that's how I approached it. So
excellent insight. Excellent insight.
Yeah, that
You
was
see
the
there?
assumption, right? Yeah, that was the assumption I made. Yeah. So yeah. Yes, sir, I got it. Yeah.
All right. Shubhaji, Panchmata.
And ultimately, assumptions are done based on our likes and dislikes, right, sir?
So
I may be under the judgment that this person is beautiful. Somebody may say, oh no. So that depends. Our likes and dislikes lead to our assumptions.
yeah, raga dvesha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's a cycle. And that's why it is anirvachaniyam. You cannot say when this ignorance began.
Yeah.
You can certainly work towards dropping the ignorance.
Yeah.
That's why this cycle, conclusion, fact, and assumption. Assumption is underlying. So behind every conclusion, there is a fact, is how you say. But the most important thing is, behind that fact, there are assumptions. What you call as a fact, it is an assumption. So all that Vedanta is doing is giving you a mirror to continuously question your conclusions about your day-to-day life. The day-to-day life based on the same day-to-day so-called experiences. Somebody gets into bondage, same day-to-day experience, somebody becomes liberated. Then the nature of seeing must be the difference, is it not?
Correct.
It is not that Prabhuji has been living in a totally different world and some aliens came to him and then took him there and then they taught all this and then suddenly he has come back to earth. Now he's able to, now he's liberated. It is not like that. Shall we conclude with the assumption that we will continue?
I already have taken a screenshot of this slide. I'll put it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go through this every day or like every moment.
All right, so we'll end our contemplation. Hari Om.